Hello everyone and welcome back to Tea with Carolina. I cannot tell you how excited I am to be back with all of you. This is our first Tea with Carolina after many months now, and I'm just so glad to be back. And I wanted to say, as a way to begin, just the biggest, most heartfelt thank you to every single one of you who sent messages and notes and letters and called me. Everything that you've done to support me since the death and birth of our daughter has just been mind-blowingly helpful. I am so grateful to all of you, and every single word that you said was so meaningful and so helpful to me. And it continues to be a journey for me, of course. I miss her every single day, but I know that with your support and all of you all over the world who are thinking about me, I'm making it through. And for me to be able to be ready now to come back and start supporting you more and in all the wonderful ways that I can offer, it feels really good to me just knowing that you supported me so well, and I'm just so excited to support all of you. So thank you for your support, and I'm so glad to be back. And I wanted to start today, our first Tea with Carolina for 2015, with a topic that I think is really important and important for everyone out there. So many people ask me this question. So I thought, why not? Let's start with the toilet. What a great place to start. So today I have a question from a mom specifically about her son, but I'm going to cover the 3 most essential ingredients that you can use for anyone who's helping their child to use the toilet. And as a matter of fact, these ingredients actually can be applied to any goal you're working on at all. So if you're working on toilet training, these apply. If you're working on helping your child to say another word, these concepts apply. If you're trying to help your child become more invested in playing games with you, these techniques apply. So today we'll be talking about the toilet, but really these are very fundamental techniques for anyone who has a goal for their child, and I'm guessing that's a lot of you. So our question today comes from a mom named Aurore in France, and she says, "My son, who is 4.5, diagnosed with high-functioning autism, has been toilet trained for a little while. However, recently he has started peeing on the floor again several times a day. When I talk to him about it or ask him why he does it, he looks at me but doesn't say anything. I believe it might be linked to his 2-year-old brother, who has been toilet trained day and night for about 2 weeks now. I just don't know what to do to keep him from peeing on the floor. Do you have any ideas?" So, Aurore, yes, I have lots of ideas, and I'm really excited to cover this topic for you because I know that this can be really challenging when you feel like you don't have support on how to help him use the toilet, and yet he's peeing on the floor, and I know that can be sort of disheartening. So I want to help you, and the 3 topics we're going to cover today for helping your child use the toilet are as follows. Number 1, we're going to talk about making sure that your child's motivation and sense of fun and play and having a good time is the number 1 priority. That's our first technique. Our second technique, we're going to talk about the importance of celebration, meaning giving credit for everything your child does do, as well as not giving what I'd call the opposite of a celebration, and that is reacting to things you don't want your child to do. So we're going to talk about celebrations and reactions. And third, we're going to talk about the importance of giving time and the space your child needs to do this goal that might be hard for him. I think that sometimes we want it to be on our schedule. And so this third point really addresses maybe relaxing and stepping back so that your child can take the time that he needs. So let's start with point number 1, motivation. What do I mean by that? It's really important for every single one of us, whenever we're learning something new, to be motivated and excited and interested in what we're learning. It's actually been shown that the brain lights up, all those little neural pathways light up when we're excited, when we're having fun. I know that for myself, I really did not enjoy science when I first learned it in high school, but once we got to actually dissect something, it was like kind of grossly interesting. And so I was more motivated to learn what was I seeing inside of this poor frog that had been given to me to dissect. It's when we're motivated and interested in the topic at hand that we actually learn more. So that means that if I want my child to learn that the toilet is the place to pee, not the floor, then I've got to make that activity, using the toilet, motivating and fun and exciting. And no, this does not involve frogs or anything scientific that I learned in high school. What it does involve is you deciding to make the bathroom a really fun place. So I'm going to tell you a couple ways to do that. Number one, you could decorate the bathroom. Make it look really fun. Give it a space that is actually inviting to go into. Bathrooms usually are just a small room with a toilet, not much there. But maybe you could actually put stickers or pictures of your child's favorite characters from television, or if your child's into trains, you could have a train track leading into the toilet. You can decorate it in any way you think would be fun for you. There actually are targets that you can buy, like a little floating plastic target, I believe, and it actually floats in the toilet. And so then your son, if he's standing up to pee, could aim at the target. Maybe that would make the toilet more fun if it was actually kind of like a game. So make it motivating maybe by decorating the bathroom and decorating the path to the bathroom. And then also make it fun by you becoming entertaining in that space. Maybe when you think it's time for your child to use the toilet before he's peed on the floor, you go in there and you start doing a little dance and singing a song about the toilet. Maybe he doesn't go in yet, but he sees, wow, this whole bathroom thing is really kind of interesting. Make it fun by you going in there and making it fun yourself. Sing, dance, tell stories from the bathroom. Go in and play with the echo in the bathroom. Make yourself entertaining in the toilet space. And you can also make it entertaining by you using the toilet yourself. And yes, I promise I'm not kidding. You go into the bathroom, right? You could go in there and you pee, and then you come out and you go, I just peed. Oh my gosh, everybody, I just peed. It was the most exciting thing ever. And you ask your husband to get really excited about the fact that you just peed. So that whenever something moves toward the bathroom, it gets bigger and more exciting and more fun to watch. That's a key number one, is really making the toilet area motivating to pay attention to. Essential component number two is knowing the difference and using them correctly, celebrations and reactions. So celebrating, that means I make a big deal out of everything my child does that is what I want or close to what I want. So if my child manages to pee on the floor next to the toilet, I'm like, oh my gosh, look how close you got this time. That was so close. I could celebrate that. Definitely I celebrate if my child looks at the toilet, or if my child watches his little brother use the toilet. I want him to feel excited and successful at every step of the way. So if he takes a step toward the toilet when I offer it to him, I get excited about that. I put lots of energy and excitement or celebration that might be sincere. It might be like, oh, thank you so much. I so appreciate that you came into the bathroom with me. That's so cool. However you want to acknowledge it, you make a big deal out of what you want. And on the other side of that, you don't make a big deal out of what you don't want. Now, you mentioned, Aurora, that maybe you're thinking this might have something to do with your younger son who's recently learned how to use the toilet. So congratulations. You've helped both of your boys use the toilet. I'm very impressed. And for one of your sons to take a step back, it's totally fine. But maybe what's happening is that your older son, your 4-year-old, is actually seeing the reaction that his brother gets, right? Maybe he sees that his brother pees in the toilet and you get really excited. He's not sure exactly how to do that, so he pees on the floor, and maybe you don't get excited, but you react. You get excited in a different way. It looks like this. Oh my goodness. You just peed on the toilet. What? On the floor? What were you thinking? Oh gosh, honey, he did it again. Will you come clean this up? Oh, I can't believe he peed on the floor again. Oh, I have to clean this carpet. I've cleaned this carpet 2 times this week already. Will you please not do that? Don't pee on the floor. So you get exciting in kind of a negative way. Here's the problem. Even though you're saying don't do that, your son just sees all he sees is that there is a reaction, that somebody is doing something when he pees on the floor. So really take a look. Are you giving enough reaction to what you want And can you minimize or remove the reactions to what you don't want? When he pees on the floor, you look, you clean it up, you go toward the bathroom. Oh, it's so exciting over here. All the excitement is in the bathroom, not here on the floor. So paying attention to the difference between celebration and reaction is really key. And our third step, being willing to give time, really is about the idea of patience. I talk a lot in my presentations, I won't go into it today, but it's really important to understand the sensory system that our children are experiencing. Their body and their brain does not process things the way that we do. And so the simple act of getting up in the morning involves opening your eyes to light and feeling the sensation of your clothing on your body and hearing people talk to you and being aware of your body standing up and being upright instead of laying down. All those experiences could be quite intense for your child, and he can't tell you. His body, if he has a diagnosis, his body has a different processing system than yours does. It can change, of course, but right now he may find the world really hard to digest. It's a lot of information, and he's having a hard time dealing with all of it. So for you to ask something new and different for your child to go and use the toilet, either all the time or you're just getting started, it's a big deal. It's a big task. So rather than decide, we can do this and we'll do it in a week before my in-laws get here next week, it doesn't happen that way. Our children do these things, absolutely. Aurora, I believe 100% that your son will use the toilet consistently and he can do this, of course. But it may be on a schedule that's slightly different than yours. So it's important to check in with yourself and see, are you feeling pressure? Are you feeling urgency? Are you feeling stressed every time he pees on the floor? If you are, see if you could take a minute and have some compassion for his body and his experience and understand that he might take a little longer than you would like him to, and that's okay. If you can remove your pressure and your urgency, your child will start to feel more relaxed as well. And we're all better at doing things when we're feeling more relaxed and more at ease. So this third step might sound small, but it's actually really important. Your child will know, even if you're pretending everything's fine, it's okay that you peed on the floor. He knows that you don't really mean that. It's important to relax and know that he will, in his time, do this. And it won't take that long, but it might not be as quick as you think. So if you can remove any pressure, that's going to make it easier for him to be able to do the task that you've set out for him. So just to review, we're talking about motivation, making the bathroom and anything around leading up to the bathroom fun and motivating and playful. If you want more ideas on that, ask me and I'll tell you more next time. Number 2, if you want to help him understand how good the toilet is, you've got to celebrate everything he does in that direction, celebrate everything you want, and reduce or remove any reactions like when he pees on the floor. Celebrate what you want, don't react to what you don't. And third, remove any pressure or need for this to happen on a certain schedule and allow your child the time he needs to get there when he's ready. All right, I hope you can see how these points will help all of you for your child using the toilet. I also hope that you can see how these points might apply to any goal you have. No matter what you're teaching, motivation is so incredibly important. Celebration is so incredibly important. And removing pressure and allowing time is just essential to helping your children. So I hope these are helpful to you. I know it has been a really great pleasure for me to be with you today, and I look forward to seeing you again next week.